right, guys, it's official. Day one of training for my first ultra, which I have been super nervous about saying out loud on camera for some reason. It's like, once I do that, I'm committed. So, Jonathan's helping me, of course, because why not? He's the expert. I've been so fortunate to go alongside of him in all of his races and learn so much. And for some reason, I've never really had any interest. I've always said, I like to crew, I like to pace, it's great to hop in, but I've never wanted to do long distances myself. And then for some reason, coming into the beginning of the year, I thought, why not? So that's where I'm at. So today, we're just now going into February. And I had to start somewhere. I am a little bit of a runner, but definitely not an ultra runner. So we're gonna see what it takes to get there. Pick out a race, probably one in Florida, of course, and go from there.
What was that?
Tastes like dish Dawn soap.
Dish Dawn soap? Yeah. I thought I rinsed that all out before.
There's bubbles. There's bubbles in it. You shake it up and you can see bubbles.
Well, at least you know it was clean.
It is. It's clean water. So Jonathan was sweet enough to clean this bad boy out for me really good, because last time we saw it, it was in our 2-year-old's hands and she was filling it with rocks and dirt. But he left a little soap in there for me. So
I didn't want her to drink too much out here. We're training.
I'm gonna steal his water.
Yeah, I got some water with me in my vest.
Thank you for cleaning it for me, though.
You're welcome.
Sweet.
You better take that gel soon.
Yeah, definitely gonna do that.
We're nearing our halfway. So give it 10 minutes to set in.
So guys, this is my concern. Like a big concern that I have when I think about doing this distance. It's my stomach. I don't eat and run. I ate breakfast an hour ago, and I purposely eat, wait, and then go run. I don't do stuff like this well. I don't do any kind of pre-workout, anything with caffeine. I don't like it. I like coffee. That's it. The other stuff makes me feel jittery, so I don't do it. So like, my main concern is how my stomach is going to do with running an ultra and having to eat, having to fuel, and then go out and run and keeping it down. Because what distance did we do when we did the night run?
That was a half marathon, so 13.1.
And I threw up 3 miles in. I didn't eat the right food. That was my fault. I ate Burger King.
Shout out to the king.
Gross. That was my bad.
Whopper style.
Ew. I still taste it.
Yeah, that definitely can bring back some memories.
That was gross. But so that was my bad.
And I'm fine with a Whopper.
You did great.
I was excited about having a Whopper before the run because I was like, yeah,
goodness.
that's plenty of calories to get me through.
Ooh.
You're doing really good. We're continuing a nice, easy pace and carrying on a conversation. So this is exactly what we wanted to do. So when you're coming into these aid stations and you need calories, and you're thinking about eating, give yourself a few minutes when you get in there. Sit down, readjust, recenter yourself, grab your food, and take off out of the aid station walking. You don't have to run the entire way. I think that's a common misconception. But allow yourself to settle your stomach and then restart. Nobody says that you have to run into an aid station and run out of an aid station. I think it makes you feel good, but it's not required.
Yeah, I mean, y'all, look how pretty it is out here. Like, how could you not, look how handsome it is out here.
It is quite nice out here.
But how could you not want to be
Surrounded by
oh my
this.
goodness, it's stunning.
Great job.
Is this how I'm supposed to be running through the sand? I feel like tippy toes makes sense, but like what's the best way to run through sand?
I've found
Like that thick.
that running almost flat-footed through
Okay.
sand, think about it similar to a snowshoe where you stay on top. If you're too bouncy where you run on your toes like you would on a lot harder surface, one, you don't get the return on your energy, and two, you end up with a shoe full of sand.
That makes
So
sense.
if you can flatten your foot out a little bit and almost strike your foot, almost heel strike through the sand, you'll move a little bit more efficiently, and at the end of it, you won't have near the sand in your shoe.
That makes sense. Just trying to stay on top of it, not sink in.
You just gotta have to work with it. You can't fight against it because it'll suck all your energy. Good job, babe.
Whew. So I just had Jonathan kind of stop so we can walk for a minute, and it brought up another concern of mine, or something. I said maybe it's a concern, but just something I'm going to have to work on that I'm not quite good at, because my pace typically is motivated by how I feel. And so, like just now, I was feeling good. We were running, and next thing I know, I'm going a little bit quicker than what I want or need to be. So then I find myself having to come back down and walk to build back up again. Jonathan is really good at keeping pace. That's why I like to run with him. He's the one sometimes who catches me, most of the time, who catches me and goes, "You're going too fast." And so that's something that I know for a longer distance run that I'm going to have to work on, is my pace, and not getting to a place where it's like, I feel so good that I just run myself completely empty.
doing great, babe.
Thank you.
We're about 1 mile out.
It's moments like this where like you go to run a few miles and then like towards the end of the few miles you think like how am I ever actually going to be able to run an ultra? Because even this seems so hard. Challenging, I guess, you know? I'm looking forward to that challenge for that reason. I haven't set a personal physical goal like this probably ever.
We're just going to take it one step at a time. We're not going to worry about trying to run it all at once. You can't allow yourself to go to the finish line when you just get started. We'll work through that with time and confidence. You'll be able to see yourself through the end. Crossing that finish line.
You know, I was writing a scripture down a couple weeks ago. Actually, I have it. My phone. Don't look at the back of my phone, y'all. It's crushed. And it's interesting because I remember sharing it with you in 1 Corinthians 9, not thinking too much about it. And then weeks later, me going, I think I'm going to sign up for an ultra. I think that's something I want to do. But the scripture is, do you not know that in a race all runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like someone running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it a slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. I'm being out here and thinking about that and going into this strict training that's going to be required and the discipline. This is just something that I have not chose to do in such a long time as far as goals go. And it's not going to be easy. But I'm excited for that because this is just as much for me a spiritual journey as it is a physical journey. And I think that choosing to do the hard things a lot of times is also where we get to meet the Lord.
Good job, babe.
Thank you. How many miles did we do? What did we do? Do you know?
We did 4.3.
I was going for like 3.5.
We did 4.3 miles in 48:59.
That's pretty decent.
Not bad. Not bad.
Nope.
Doing a little walking and talking.
It's not easy with the camera. It's so fun to bring you guys along, but it's definitely not something that makes it any easier. But always glad to share the journey with you guys. You run you.
You run you.